Hello YouTube, Simon from Games on Tables here, and I have Daniel with me, and we introduce you to Dropfleet Commander, a tabletop game with epic space battles. We started late last year when it came out, and we want to play more often and make some battle reports for you. But to give you a short introduction to this game, we make this introduction video where we talk about basic concepts of the game and the background. So let's start first with the background. That's your part here.
Yeah, if you know Drop Zone Commander, some things might be familiar to you. We have 4 factions in the game. The 4 factions from Drop Zone: minus resistance, the United Colonies of Mankind, the humans, the good guys, trying to recapture their homeworld and their cradle worlds from the Scourge, an evil parasitic organism, alien organism who's taken over 200 years ago. The post-human republic, some humans who ran away like little sissies when the Scourge arrived, and are now coming back with some not alien but quite advanced technology for their time, and the Shaltari, a quite advanced civilization who's trying to manipulate the humans to fight their wars for them, but the humans said no.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Yeah, the Shaltari are a small populated race, and they have the problem they can only reproduce by cloning themselves. So they have a limited amount of people, but humans, in comparison, reproduce themselves like rabbits. So the Shaltari thought, hey, humans make good soldiers, let's try and get them into our war. But the humans said, no, we have our own war to fight, but thank you for the technology you gave us. We can really use them. The PH are not that really sissy, because I play them. Received a warning to get to the safe destination before the Shaltari, before the Scourge attacks the planets. And so they did, but the UCM tried to stop them. And in fact,
the PHR
provoked the war.
No, the PHR fired the first shot.
Yeah, sure, but you provoked the war. He's playing UCM, by the way. But yeah, that's overall the factions. And the basics of this game is to bring troops on the planet's surface or on different space stations, depending on the mission you're playing. It's very mission-oriented, and your fleet, your drop fleet, is mostly really only the purpose to bring troops on the planet. So you have lots of drop ships and maybe troop ships, which are a bit larger and have heavier kinds of drop assets. And you have battleships to escort those drop ships and kill the opponent drop ships. Your fleet is composed with different battle groups, and each battle group has a strategic value depending on the tonnage or the weight value of the different ships in it. And all battle groups have a corresponding strategic card, which go into a strategic deck, and each player flips simultaneously the first card up. The player with the lowest strategic value can decide who goes first, then the other activates this group, and after both groups have been activated, the next group gets flipped up. And this is the composure of one round, so both players activate all of their groups one at a time, and each one group before the next turn starts with a new group. That's a basic concept, and in this game, which is really interesting, the developer said weapons in space fire indefinitely. So we have unlimited range, but our targeting system can't focus on different targets at an unlimited range. So each ship has a scan value in which it can target on ships. Each ship has a signature value, so it's kind of the size in a more energetic measurement, and if it does more complicated things like shooting all its weapons or launching fighters, bombers, or drop assets, it gains spikes, which increase the size, the imaginary size of a ship. And so the total range at which you can fire a ship is composed by scan value, signature, and spikes. And yeah, game is played on a 4x4 foot sized playmat, is played in inches, and mostly beginning in turn 2, every ship fires at every other ship. But it's fast paced. I think ships die rapidly because the ships have weapons to destroy battleships. So battleships are not that really tough. But it's very interesting. It has a high strategic value, we think, and more and more releases are coming out right now. So next are the corvettes, escort corvettes, to really counter those dropships which fight in more atmospheric level. We have 3 different kinds of levels where we fight in. We have a high orbit where all ships come in from their hyperspace travel, I think, onto the high orbit of the planet, can drop into lower orbit, and some ships can even drop into the atmosphere directly above the planet's surface to drop their troops onto the sectors. Corvettes can also enter the atmosphere and are therefore good to hunt down those dropships, while other ships are at different sections at their best. So these are the basic concepts, and we will do some battle reports in the future. You have your UCM already finished. I have to paint the rest of my PHR to make the first games, and we're aiming for 1000 points at first. So the smallest level of games is skirmish size, and then continue to clash with 1500 for about something like that. Battleships are already out. The only thing left after corvettes are battle cruisers, but they will also definitely will be released this year, but I don't know when exactly. Looking forward to them. So if you already know the game, tell us about in the comments what you think about this game. If you don't know it, if you're interested in it, stay tuned. We will continue making battle reports, and with some of our War Machine players, I think they will join us too to make some more battles. And we have all factions covered right now in our group, which is really good. So we have all possible combinations of battles for you guys. So you want to add something?
In my opinion, this is a very interesting game. The pricing is very good. This is a starter box. You have a rule book, 2 factions, 2 fleets, markers, maps, everything. 65 euros. It's a very good price.
The 2 fleets are
Scorch UCM.
And it's just the boxes, the starting fleet boxes.
Yes, which cost alone 40 euros, and here you have 2 and a rulebook which costs 20 euros if you buy it only, and it's an excellent deal. I can only recommend it for you.
Yes.
The rulebook itself it's not the best, I'd say. It's very complicated to read, and you have to jump through the pages to find the right rule you are looking for.
It feels like it was released too soon. It reads like beta state, but it already got an FAQ of about 10 pages. But it's getting better now. At first it's really confusing to read the rules, but it's getting better. We're getting a hang of it, and it's fun to play now, mostly. The starting boxes, you have a UCM starter fleet and a Scorch starter fleet in there, and the PHR and the Shaltari have separate boxes, UCM and Scorch too, for about 40 euros. And the cool thing on that is each of these boxes has 3 cruiser sprues and 4 frigate sprues, and you can build every single frigate and every single cruiser from these sprues. So with multiple starter sets, you can build a full fleet with different ships, which is really, really good.
And with every starter box comes a recommendation for your first fleet, which is really good. These recommendations are all balanced by itself. So if you play a PHR starter box against an UCM starter box, you have the same point value, 500.
A little bit more than 500.
Around about 500.
The Shaltari have a bit more points because they have a different drop mechanic with their void gates, but they're still balanced in this size with the other starting fleets, which is really good to get into the game, learn the core mechanics. It's not perfectly balanced to have really competing games, We felt like the PHR have a bit of benefit with their ships in the starting fleet because the dropships are really resilient, and on the other side have bombardment, which is rare but very good for dropships. But overall we're happy with this game. It's starting the FAQ really helps with different things, and already did some balancing upgrades, so some things got a little buffed, some got nerfed. So they really are behind this game to get it on a competitive level. We will continue this in English completely. So bear with us if we talk bullshit sometimes, because it's not our main
native language.
So we have our difficulties, but we try our best. So I think we got all covered now. We like it. It's a fair price. It's nice miniatures. We don't have it here yet, but you will see in a better reports anytime next month latest, I think.
It's not a teaser.
It's not a teaser,
It's
so
not a teaser.
it won't take until next year, not like Battlestar. So it will be coming. It will be great. And with that, let's close this here. Thank you for watching. I hope you are interested, and stay tuned for more of this. See you guys.